day for you, and you said you were really nervous today. I mean, doing this interview is not part of that. But how about what are you doing here before the game for the team? What's today?
I have to give inspiration.
And what is that?
Basically, like each of us, one time a year usually has to just basically try to like inspire the team before the game, maybe give a little speech or watch like a video or anything.
You come into the arena like today, you dress and come out and shoot. Do you do that afterwards, after you've shot it for a while?
Yes, we do it in the time like right before we come out to warm up our first like 20 minutes.
Oh, for the official warm-up time.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tip your hand a little bit, not so they can't hear their shooting out there, but what's kind of going on today?
Basically, I'm just probably going to read like a little story about like not giving up, because basically what happened on Thursday is we kind of just shut down and it was rough for us, and now we just need like a little pick-me-up. I think we need to lift our heads and our spirits, and we need to see like what we can do and bring it to the floor this game.
Makenzie, what inspires you? If you're down, if you've had a bad game or whatever, what inspires you?
Basically, I just feel like I always need to believe in myself, and if like I have a rough game, you need to know that everybody has rough games, and you can come back from that, and you just have to believe that you can do it the next.
Yeah, and that's a good thought, because I think that's kind of where we are. S&T in that second half, what happened?
I think that we just kind of slowed down, and we didn't realize what we were going to have to put out on the floor to keep our lead, and I think that this game we definitely know what we have to put out there to compete, and I think we can do that.
Makenzie Johnson is our guest here at halftime, and Drury, the opponent today, we hear so much about them. We hear how good they are, and they are. We know that, but you enjoy playing those teams that maybe you're the underdog or significant underdog at times? Do you enjoy that?
Yes, I do. I think it's almost better when you're the underdog, because people don't expect you to come out and compete and usually win games, and I think that even when we're the underdog this game, I feel like we can win this game.
You are going to have to match up with some of these big players from Drury today. You've heard about the young lady transferred from Minnesota who's big. You don't see people 6'7" at this level of women's college basketball. What do you think about playing against somebody like that?
Well, I think that playing someone 6'7" doesn't necessarily mean that you can't compete with them. I think that you just have to come out and be true to yourself and know what you can do, and I think that once you see how she plays, you'll be able to counteract that and play against her. When
you're sitting there and you're waiting to go into the game, are you studying the post people? Are you studying the press breaker? What are you looking at?
I usually look at what kind of moves they're doing down in the post, seeing if you need to just stop them from getting the ball, or you actually just can keep behind them and guard them. I also look at how they're playing defense on our post players, and basically I'm just looking at what I can do to benefit our team out there.
Sure. And when you get your chance, like the other night, you had I think you were in for 5 minutes and had 5 rebounds. That's what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
And just be ready when you're called upon?
Yep, exactly.
What is it about playing college basketball that you really like?
I think I really just like the experience. I have been playing sports all my life, and I just feel like without playing a sport in college, I don't think I'd be able to maintain the balance that I have been maintaining. Yes.
Doesn't it take a lot of your time, isn't it? A student that's not doing anything athletically has a lot more time to do stuff unless they have a job, but I guess this is kind of like a job in a way.
Yeah, it is kind of like a job. It does take a lot of your time, but you get used to that, and you just have to realize how you're going to have to balance that and balance out school and just basically life in general.
Is that the hardest part, trying to balance your time and to manage that time?
Yeah, I think so. School is really difficult at Jewell, but you get used to it and you are able to maintain like a normal life once you get that balance.
Right. Makenzie Johnson is with us. You start school again on Tuesday after, it seems like it's been a long break from classes, but are you ready to get back in the classroom now?
Yeah.
Now you have to be honest now.
Well, I could probably go another week, but you have to get back at it. I think the hardest part is starting classes, so once you get into it, you get used to all the classes. So.
What's your major, and what do you want to do after Jewell?
I am a bio major, and I'm hoping that I can get into vet school after Jewell.
To become a doctor?
A vet.
A vet? What kind of animals?
I'm not sure yet. I'm probably leaning towards small animal, but we'll see.
Again, toward what?
Small animals.
Smaller animals, like I don't know, a city veterinarian that I'd bring my dog or cat to, something like that.
Yeah, normal house pets. But
What interests you in that? Where'd you get that interest?
I don't know. I've just loved animals all my life, and I mean, people have told me that like, well, everybody wants to be a vet when they're younger, but I've just that's always been my interest. So it's like, why not follow it?
Sure. Yeah. Tell me about your family. Where did you grow up, and what was high school like for you?
I grew up in Overland Park. I have 2 older sisters, and I went to Blue Valley High School, and basically just a normal suburban life, but I really enjoyed it.
Mom and dad?
My mom and dad, both of them, Tracy and Eric Johnson, they're wonderful people. So.
Are they? Do they get a chance to come see you play an awful lot, being in the city?
Yes, they do. They come to almost a lot of my games usually. They may actually be at this one, so
Good. Well, Makenzie, thank you so much for taking the time to visit. This is going to be a tough one, we know that, but it's a long road, and I wish you well.
Thank you.
Makenzie Johnson has been our guest, and we'll be back with more in a moment.